For me, I started off as a conspiracy theorist. I was always hearing the same things over and over again, like the New World Order.
A New World Order.
I heard it in news.
To lead a brave New World Order.
Movies, games, documentaries, pretty much anything you can see on television. I looked into many other conspiracies that turned out to be true. 9/11, school shootings, crisis actors, even sports conspiracies.
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this New World Order.
I always had this feeling that something was wrong. Just couldn't put my finger on it. But what I had come to find out connected all the dots. I used to always wonder, why are we the only ones in the streets being shot down by police? We're the only race that have to remind the world that our lives matter.
He was found hanging from a tree in their backyard.
Police originally ruled his death a suicide.
Saying that he committed suicide? No. You gonna respect him.
They say Jamel Roberson was trying to protect customers here at this bar when he was shot by Midlothian police.
Everybody was screaming out security. He was a security guard.
A cop using a taser and pepper spray on a man who was having a medical emergency.
At first, Dallas police didn't know it was one of their own who had killed an unarmed man in his apartment.
Get your hands in the air! Get down!
Yet another officer-involved shooting of an unarmed African-American man.
Thielen himself told investigators that essentially he feared for his life.
We always the ones being shot down in the streets. We the only people that gotta remind the world that our lives matter. The way they portray us in the media is always negative.
I just kept hearing it. I'm ducking and everything. Died in the house. I got scared. I dropped my hot pocket.
I need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
Mama, I love you. P.O.P. all the time.
It's like they know, but they don't care.
A man involved in a car accident over the weekend went looking for help and wound up dead. He was shot again and again by a police officer who is now facing criminal charges.
I so forgive him, but I do want justice.
If convicted of voluntary manslaughter, Herrick could receive a sentence of 17 years in prison.
Petition is granted.
The end of Brian Banks' ordeal was marked by tears after a judge threw out the rape charge that had sent him to prison for more than 5 years.
My only dream in the world was to just be free and to have the same opportunity as everybody here.
At the age of 16, he was arrested and sent here for allegedly stealing a backpack.
It was like hell on earth. We were beaten, stomped by the correction officers, and they was just beating on me.
Beatings captured on surveillance video obtained by the New Yorker magazine, which first brought Khalif's story to light.
My name is John Bunn. I was recently exonerated after 27 years for being accused and convicted of a crime I had no knowledge of, I had nothing to do with. I was 14 years old.
I'm an innocent man, Your Honor, and I have always been an innocent man, Your Honor.
Patterson's conviction was, quote, an egregious example of police and prosecutorial misconduct.
You can't get these 11 years back. How do you move on?
Take it day by day, step by step, just gotta stay strong.
He wanna play crazy? He wasn't crazy when he murdered my son, man. He wasn't crazy then, but he crazy now. All of a sudden he crazy now. You wanna lay in a mental hospital? You done murdered my son, man, for nothing? When he was trying to get away from you. You was trying to get away from you, man. And you kept shooting him while his back was under the truck. You kept shooting him, man. You kept shooting him in his back. His back was turned to you, man. He was trying to get away from you. And you murdered him, man, like that. You murdered him, man, like that. Why you doing it like that, man? And you want to play crazy, man? You ain't crazy. You ain't crazy, man.
Before this year, I had never read the Bible. I used to call it a book of fairy tales until I saw that we were really living in the final days, The Bible is a true book. It told us this will happen. You heard it your whole life, how Armageddon was right around the corner. But the media plays a part in portraying all these different scenarios. In reality, they know exactly how it's going to happen.
The Bible speaks of a certain group of people, and it explains why they're going through what they're going through, and it also explains what's going to happen to them.
Sit y'all niggas down. Both of y'all some bitches. You can't fuck with.
We living out the curses of Deuteronomy 28 for breaking God's laws and commandments.
I never knew the Bible said these things. The Bible was describing me and my people. No one else had endured this much pain and still endure it to this day. We are at the bottom. 1611 edition, King James Bible. We got the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament. Most people don't fear the Lord. Some don't believe that he exists. Some even worship other gods. And that was done on purpose. We are influenced on the daily to stay in sin. The commandments tell you what to do and what not to do. Again, most people don't fear the Lord. They mock him, then wonder why all these bad things happen to them.
What is that bacon wrap crust game like, baby? We about to find out.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ooh, baby.
This bacon is crispy.
It's a commandment that tells you not to eat pork, and people do it anyway. Then they scoff at you when you tell them not to.
She got a whole nigga. I stay here and everything, bro. Nothing against you. You just being a nigga. But this bitch right here, she lying like a motherfucker.
It's even a law that says you should not commit adultery, which means having sex with another man's wife. And people do it anyway, and they boast about it. According to the Bible, in the book of Exodus, Moses got the laws from God, and they were only for the Israelites. God's chosen people are only the Israelites. When God told Moses to tell Pharaoh to let my people go, he was talking about us. We were the ones in slavery then, and we're the ones still in slavery now. We originally from Israel, but we fled into Africa, and that's where we were sold to the Caucasians. We were sold to the Caucasians by Africans. Hebrew Israelites and Africans are not the same people. We may have the same skin tone, but we are not the same people. We were stripped of everything. Our heritage, our land, our language, everything.
God's chosen people are the Israelites, from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. God made a promise with Abraham, a covenant. Pharaoh was the seed of Ham. Many people think they're from Africa, but we're from Israel. The Hebrew Israelites that know who they are teaches the Bible. So does the church. But the church doesn't go over any of the verses that we do. The Bible even says that the Messiah is black. But most people go by the false image given by Christians, which is a white man who is really Caesar Borgia. It's like they don't even read the scripture, or they read right over it.
And my testimony, really, I just want to give all glory and honor and thanks unto God. You know, it's a lot of things I can thank him for, but mostly for waking me up to the truth. You know, it's a lot of things some people don't know. So Deuteronomy 7:6 reads, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself." According to the Bible and prophecy, that the real Jews, according to the Bible, are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans here in America. Now, at first I didn't believe it until I read Hosea, which is my next scripture. It's Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. It says, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the same place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living God." Because when we came here, they told us we was nothing more than Negroes, spics, savages, you know? But it says in the same place it's going to be told that we are the children of Israel. So-called blacks and Latinos, we don't know our history pre-slavery. If you go into Mexico, they have monuments showing the 10 Commandments written in Hebrew, that the Native Americans, that was their native tongue. So why is it that we are the only people on this earth who don't have a land to call our own? Because you can't claim Africa, that's the whole continent. There's many countries inside of it. We the only people who don't have our own language, our own culture, nothing, right?
Hold on. That's not a testimony in the Church of God.
That is a testimony.
No, but see, you coming in here with something different.
Yeah.
You coming in here with something different.
It's out the Bible.
I understand what's out the Bible.
And it's true.
I know what's in the Bible.
That is a revelation of Jesus Christ.
But the testimony is something that God did for you.
He woke me up to the truth. Before me reading the Bible, I was brought up all 17 years of my life thinking that God loved everybody, when according to the Bible, he said he only loves the children of Israel. So we just got kicked out of the Christian church because they did not want to hear the truth. We're a holy deliverance house of prayer.
You did not get kicked out of the Christian church because as a child of God, I know the truth. And just because I don't believe what you believe
It's in the Bible.
does not, no, we're not talking about, I'm talking about your beliefs.
After studying for myself, it was time to get out there and speak with the prophets. I was getting my answers.
You're supposed to pray to Yahweh or Yahweh, which one? Before you're supposed to pray.
You can pray to Yahweh. And then you can also pray to the Most High Heavenly Father in the name of Yahweh. That's the reason why when you go into the book of John, he said, anything you ask my Father in my name. You know? But you can use either or. You can pray directly to Yahweh, and the reason why I say that is because he's the intercessor, and he stands before the Most High Heavenly Father for the house of Israel, and that's what the prophets are set up for. The prophets are set up to bring down the lies of the so-called white man that he's spreading over the world.
Everything was starting to make sense. Reality was lining up with scripture. To this day, we are living out the curses of Deuteronomy 28.
Think for yourself, study for yourself. And when you find it to be the truth, live it out. You ain't got to join anything. You already a nation. But you don't think that, so you want to become a part of everything. Accept your own and be yourself. That's your blessing. We don't have no strength and no unity because we trying to hook up with everybody else and ain't hooked up with each other yet. And we in the same boat, going through the same shit, century, decade after century and decade.
Breaking news from Detroit's West Side, where the search is on for the person who murdered an up-and-coming rapper. Doughboy Rock was found this afternoon dead in a car.
It literally is destroying us. It can't be replaced.